PAGE2. Forward. Hi. I am Vinayak. I am 17 and a half years old today, and in 6 months, I will be 18 years. An adult. I will be initiated into a new world away from my comfort zone where I have been nurtured for so long. It's like bidding farewell to a chunk of me, and it is then that I decided to write my autobiography. No, I am not a famous personality, whose autobiography one may feel inclined to read. Even though ordinary and mundane as a normal kid around the corner, my life events have been quite extraordinary. Before I move on in life and wipe the slate clean, so to speak, I needed to recall and relive every aspect of my life that had been hidden in cryptic corners of my mind all through. They are what that had shaped me as I am today, and will also act as my guiding principles in the upcoming future. Some pages of my life are marred with the most unusual experiences, and sharing all that with my readers is not at all an easy task. I feel like I am turning myself inside out. I was no ideal kid who had made mistakes and had been the victim of bizarre family dynamics. Some were circumstantial, while some were self-inflicted. I have confessions to make, and I am about to disclose the nuances of my family, which are completely personal. Apart from taking direct permission from my parents to use their names, I have used abbreviations in most cases, lest the persons concerned feel disturbed. As I relived the moments that are now memories, I underwent great agitation sometimes, and sometimes happy smiles flitted across my face. But I made it a point to take a deep breath and continue the odyssey, bypassing sabotaging thoughts, like what people might think of me. This is not only a venture into writing another book, which I have been doing for the last 4 years. This was catharsis, a process of healing from the core. I am sure everybody has lots of shades in their lives, some white, some black, and some gray. Societal norms make us mask and move around clad in an acceptable persona. That is why many write diaries. I never did. I never wanted to give away my feelings of fears and fantasies. So now, maybe, I am scribbling my autobiography, turning page after page from my mental diary and chronicling it. I have spoken about my friends, teachers, relatives, and family, and have tried to repaint every mood they had generated in me. In the end, it felt like everybody, and everything had a purpose to serve. Hands that came to inflict pain had made me stronger, failures made me adamant to prove otherwise, every criticism and bitterness were positive challenges in disguise that came to uplift me, and every gesture of love acted like a glue that stopped me from disintegrating. I needed them all, and I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of them for making my 18 years of life so poignantly meaningful, and purposeful. With love. Vinayak/Joshua. Phases. 1. Just a dream in my mother's mind. Against all odds. 2. The beginning of a journey into self-awareness. Connections, spiritual and mortal. 3. My first school. Dipolarity of life. 4. Revelations of a glorious past. Seeds of anger. 5. Transitory transitions. Cupid's touch. 6. Army public school. My alma mater. 7. Influences all around. Stimuli received and rejected. 8. The age of anger and vengeance. Confessions. 9. Some flowers amidst the weeds. Food for the heart. 10. Demons unleashed. Nightmare comes true. 11. Analysis of the grotesque event. The onus is on me. 12. The world closes down. But I opened up. 13. The world of affiliates. Venturing into online entrepreneurship. 14. The first taste of victory. Feeling blessed. 15. Metamorphosis. Beautiful bonds. 16. Relics of senior secondary. Welcoming new challenges. 17. Sad farewell. The APS Ian's batch 2023-24. 18. Postscript. Goodbye. 19. Postscript. Specially for friends and family. 1. Just a dream in my mother's mind. Against all odds. In the heart of a sprawling city, Where dreams often take shape in the most unexpected corners, mine began in the fertile imagination of my mother, Dr. Dhar Singh. I am Vinayak Singh Oberoi, also known as Vinayak Singh. My father, Rajiv Singh, my dearest papa, was the rock upon which my mother leaned during the turbulent times of my conception and birth. My lineage traces back to the illustrious Dewan of the Mayurbhanj estate in Orissa, Mohini Mohan Dhar. My mother held this legacy as something precious, a testament to the strength and resilience that ran in our blood. Long before the world knew me as Vinayak, I existed as a dream in my mother's heart. She had envisioned me with the pet name Joshua and the formal name Vinayak. These names found their way into her diary in 2001, shortly after her marriage to my father. The choice of Vinayak was deeply symbolic. Named after Lord Ganesha, the son of goddess Parvati, I was to be a cherished creation, embodying the divine qualities of wisdom and prosperity. As I delved into my mother's old green velvet diary, I could sense the anticipation and love with which she awaited my arrival. Each page was a testament to her hope, her dreams, and her unwavering faith that one day, she would hold me in her arms. Before my father entered her life, my mother found herself navigating a world filled with loneliness and loss. The absence of her parents and family left a void that only a child could fill. She had already named this dream child Joshua, drawing inspiration from Robert Cabot's novel, The Joshua Tree. To her, Joshua symbolized strength and beauty emerging from adversity, mirroring her own life's journey. When destiny finally brought my parents together, it was like a reunion of two childhood friends who had been separated by fate. Their love story was tinged with nostalgia, as they reminisced about shared memories and the innocent days of their childhood. The story of their childhood separation intrigued me, a tale that I promised to unfold in the chapters that follow. My birth was fraught with challenges right from the outset. Due to gynecological issues and a heartbreaking previous experience of losing a baby girl, Vinayak Singh Oberoi, my parents approached my birth with extreme caution. My mother's health was fragile, and doctors advised her to remain bedridden for nearly 5 months. Throughout this period, she monitored my heartbeat with a fetal stethoscope, each thump a reassurance that I was still fighting. When I arrived prematurely, the struggle for my survival intensified. Drawing my first breath was a battle in itself. I was born into a world that seemed too vast and intimidating for my fragile existence. Weighing a mere 1.8 kilograms, I was a tiny, still figure that struggled for life from the moment I entered this world. My father wasted no time rushing me to peerless neonatal care, where I was immediately admitted to the neonatal ICU. Wires connected me to machines, and a tank of oxygen aided my feeble lungs. I was confined to a ventilator, a tiny, anemic infant struggling to make sense of the world around me. Weeks turned into a blur as I remained immobile, trapped inside a little glass box, my world reduced to the soft glow of monitors and the rhythmic beeping of machines. As I lay there, cocooned in the sterile confines of the ICU, I was oblivious to the emotions that swirled around me. My parents' prayers, anxiety, hopes, and fears, were a constant presence, a silent backdrop to my struggle. Their love and determination became my anchor, guiding me through the darkest days of my infancy. And so, my journey began, not with the joyful celebrations and tender embrace that mark most births, but with a fierce battle for survival. It was a fight against the odds, a testament to the fragility and resilience of life itself. From the moment I took my first fragile breath, it was clear that I was born to be a fighter. Despite the daunting challenges that lay ahead, my spirit refused to be subdued. My father, Rajiv Singh, MBF, became my steadfast ally in this battle for life. Night after night, he stayed by my side in the neonatal ICU, his presence a constant source of strength and comfort. The infusion of my father's blood had breathed new life into me, rejuvenating my frail body and giving me the strength to fight. In the mornings, he would visit my mother, who was recuperating at Eveland Nursing Home in Southern Avenue. Her condition remained critical, adding another layer of anxiety to our already precarious situation. Despite the distance and exhaustion, my father found solace and strength in his daily visits to Sasthitala in Kalighat temple. There, amidst the fragrant incense and the soft glow of oil lamps, he prayed for our well-being, seeking divine intervention to guide us through the darkest days of our lives. My early days were anything but ordinary. Instead of the warmth of a mother's embrace, I was surrounded by the clinical sterility of the NICU. Wires and tubes tethered me to machines that monitored my every heartbeat, my every breath. The world outside seemed distant and unreachable, a place I could only imagine but not yet experienced. The days that followed were a whirlwind of uncertainty and fear. Each moment was a testament to my fragile existence, every breath a hard-fought victory. My small frame was ravaged by anemia and illness, each posing a threat to my survival. But with each passing day, my determination only grew stronger. I was tiny, yes, but I was also resilient, refusing to yield to the looming specter of mortality that shadowed my early life. As weeks turned into months, I remained confined to my little glass box, a silent observer of the world outside. My movements were limited, my voice silenced by the tubes that filled my lungs with oxygen. But within me, a quiet revolution was taking place. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, I began to gain strength. My once frail body started to grow stronger, and my breaths more steady and robust. It was a gradual process, marked by small victories and setbacks alike. There were moments of despair when the weight of my challenges seemed too much to bear. But each time, I found the strength to persevere, drawing inspiration from the love and determination that surrounded me. My parents' unwavering faith in my ability to overcome the odds became my guiding light, a beacon of hope that guided me through the darkest days of my infancy. Even amid adversity, there was a glimmer of hope that refused to be extinguished. A flicker of resilience that burned brightly, fueled by the tireless efforts of medical professionals who had cared for me with unwavering dedication. The doctors and nurses who had watched over me had become an integral part of my journey, their expertise and compassion guiding me through the darkest days of my infancy. Among them were two surgeons whose names are etched in my memory, Dr. Rathan Ghosh and Dr. Nikhilesh Khawash. Their skillful hands and compassionate care played a pivotal role in guiding me through those tumultuous early days. Dr. Rathan Ghosh and Dr. Nikhilesh Khawash were more than just doctors to me, they were guardians, mentors, and champions of my well-being. Their expertise and commitment to excellence were evident in every interaction, their kindness and compassion a source of comfort and reassurance for my anxious parents. One particular day marked a significant milestone in my recovery journey. It was the day I drank 2 ml of fluid and passed a tiny pellet, a simple act that brought immense joy to my parents. Their faces lit up with delight and relief, their eyes shining with tears of gratitude and awe. It was a small but significant step towards normalcy, a testament to the miracle of life and the resilience of the human spirit. And then, after what felt like an eternity of struggle and uncertainty, the moment arrived. I emerged victorious, a living testament to the indomitable spirit of the human soul. The darkness that had threatened to engulf me was vanquished, replaced by the warm embrace of light and life. Each heartbeat, each breath was a reminder of the resilience that had carried me through the most challenging days of my infancy. The weight of my struggles was lifted, replaced by a newfound sense of purpose and resilience. I had not only survived but thrived, defying the odds and emerging stronger than ever. The battles I had fought in those early days had shaped me, molding me into a fighter capable of overcoming even the most formidable challenges. Soon after, I had the chance to meet my mother for the first time since my birth. She arrived at Eveland Nursing Home in a wheelchair, in her the nursing home's ambulance. Her eyes widened in awe and gratitude as she gazed at me, her little bundle of miracle, nature's creation. Though she couldn't hold me just yet, her presence filled the room with warmth and love, a tangible reminder of the bond that had sustained us through the most challenging days of our lives. Each step of my journey, from the moment of my conception in my mother's dreams to my miraculous recovery in the neonatal unit, has been a testament to the extraordinary power of the human spirit. It is a story of courage, determination, and unwavering faith, a story that continues to inspire me as I navigate the challenges and opportunities that life presents. Meanwhile, my treatment extended beyond the confines of Eveland Hospital to Quadra Clinic in Kolkata. Their extensive radiodiagnosis were done on me to ensure proper growth and development of my brain and nervous system. It was there that I underwent the meticulous care and monitoring necessary for my fragile condition. Every gram of weight gained, every stable heartbeat, was a triumph, a small victory in the larger battle for survival. The doctors and nurses at Quadra Clinic worked tirelessly to ensure that I received the best possible care, their expertise and dedication a testament to the resilience and tenacity of the human spirit. As I embrace the next chapter of my journey, I do so with courage, grace, and gratitude, eager to explore the opportunities and adventures that await. For I know that the challenges I have faced have prepared me for the road ahead, shaping me into the person I am destined to become. 2. The beginning of a journey into self-awareness. Connections, spiritual and mortal. As I emerged from the confines of Eveland Hospital, my early childhood was a delicate dance between fragility and resilience. Born into a world where the odds seemed stacked against me, I embarked on a journey that was fraught with challenges and uncertainty. Each day was a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human soul, as I navigated the complexities of life with a determination that belied my tender years. My earliest memories are deeply rooted in the sterile corridors of the hospital, where the steady beep of machines and the hushed whispers of medical professionals became the soundtrack of my existence. It was a world defined by tubes and wires, where each breath I took was a victory and each moment a testament to the resilience that had carried me through the most challenging days of my infancy. But amidst the clinical confines of the hospital, there were also moments of tender connection with my family. Despite the chaos and uncertainty that surrounded us, the love and support of my parents and extended family served as a beacon of hope, illuminating the darkest days and giving me the strength to persevere. My journey through early childhood was marked by a series of milestones, each one a testament to my growing strength and resilience. From learning to walk and talk to forming bonds with family and friends, each new experience was a step towards independence and self-discovery. As I reflect on those early years, I am filled with gratitude for the love and support that surrounded me. My parents were my constant pillars of strength, guiding me with love, patience, and unwavering faith. My first pillow was a special one made of mustard seeds made lovingly by my mother so that the shape of my head is normalized. It was like a rajma bean, she laughed. As I emerged from the hospital and into the warmth of home, I found myself enveloped in the embrace of a grand house in Jodhpur Park. It was a house with a history as old and mysterious as the shadows that danced within its walls, a history that would both intrigue and terrify me in the years to come. Within those hallowed halls, I began to forge memories that would shape the trajectory of my life. From the echoes of my footsteps on polished marble floors to the creak of ancient wooden staircases, every corner of that house held secrets waiting to be unearthed. The rooms were filled with whispers of the past, each one a testament to the lives that had come before me. As I explored the nooks and crannies of the house, I felt a deep connection to its history. The walls seemed to breathe with stories, the air tinged with the scent of memories long forgotten. It was a place of wonder and mystery, a sanctuary where I could escape the challenges of the outside world and lose myself in the magic of my imagination. As I navigated the labyrinthine corridors of my childhood home, I was filled with a sense of wonder and curiosity. Each room held its own story, each staircase its secrets waiting to be revealed. The house was a treasure trove of memories and mysteries, a place where I could lose myself in exploration and discovery. And as I grew, so too did my understanding of the world around me, shaped by the experiences of those early years. From my childhood, I have been hearing stories of how I was brought to life by the divine. During the critical sickness that threatened my young life, my mother, realizing the powerlessness of us ordinary mortals, gave up all her possessive rights over me as a mother and entrusted me to the custody of the Divine Mother Kali. From that moment on, I have been raised with the understanding that while my mother may be my earthly caregiver, my real and eternal mother is the Divine Mother Kali. I was bequeathed to the Divine Mother. This spiritual upbringing has had a profound impact on my worldview. It has taught me to see the divine in all things and to approach life with a sense of reverence and gratitude. The teachings of the Divine Mother Kali have guided me through the challenges and triumphs of my life, providing me with a moral compass and a sense of purpose that continues to shape my journey. As I grew older, I began to appreciate the depth and complexity of this spiritual bond. It was not just a religious belief but a profound connection that transcended the physical world. The love and guidance of the Divine Mother Kali became a source of strength and inspiration, helping me to navigate the complexities of life with grace and humility. My first grain of rice, traditionally referred to as an aprashan in India, was a momentous occasion celebrated in the serene surroundings of the Yogita Satsanga Society of India in Dakshineswar. On the auspicious day of January 5, which coincides with the birthday of Paramahansa Yogananda, I was not fed my first solid food by my parents as is customary. Instead, Swami Shuddhanandagiri, a revered yogi of the Kriya Yoga order from the Yogita Satsanga Society of India, initiated me into the world of solid foods. This unique beginning was a testament to the spiritual undertones that marked my early life. While most parents might dream of their children leading conventional lives filled with family and worldly success, my mother harbored different aspirations for me. She often blessed me with wishes that I would embrace the path of a yogi, joining the esteemed Kriya Yoga tradition of Mahavajra Babaji and Paramahansa Yogananda. However, that did not mean I was encouraged to leave the world and retire in a forest. Most renunciants of the ashrama were extremely educated professionals like doctors and engineers and American Air Force pilot, like Swami Sri Shantanandagiri, with whom my parents shared a special bond. However, as a young child, these aspirations did not resonate with me. The allure of a conventional life, filled with merriment, wealth, fame, love, and marriage, was much more appealing. The idea of renouncing worldly pleasures and embracing a life of celibacy seemed far removed from my youthful dreams and desires. A few years later, my parents and I embarked on a journey to Varanasi for my first haircut, a significant milestone in many Indian households. I have faint memories of the boat ride on the sacred Ganges, nestled in my father's comforting embrace while my mother carefully retrieved a small dried-up object wrapped in a plastic bag. It was my umbilical cord, a tangible connection to the life-giving bond I shared with my mother during my time in her womb. With a sense of reverence and devotion, my mother prayed and dropped the umbilical cord into the holy waters of the Ganges. "The Divine Mother will protect you always from now on," she said lovingly. "You are tied permanently with her." This symbolic act was a poignant reminder of the spiritual journey that lay ahead of me, a journey that was deeply intertwined with the teachings and blessings of the Divine Mother. Following this sacred ritual, we proceeded to Durga Mandir where I had my first haircut. Though the experience was filled with trepidation and tears, my mother's comforting presence provided solace and reassurance. The photographs from that day capture a blend of emotions: fear, love, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her child. As I reflect on these early milestones, I am reminded of the rich tapestry of experiences that have shaped my journey. From the spiritual ceremonies that marked my entry into the world of solid foods and the sacred act of relinquishing my umbilical cord to the holy Ganges, to the cherished memories of my first haircut in the presence of the Divine Mother, each moment has been a stepping stone on my path of self-discovery and spiritual growth. In the end, my early beginnings were a unique blend of tradition, spirituality, and personal growth. While my mother's aspirations for me may have differed from my own youthful dreams, her unwavering love and guidance have been a constant source of strength and inspiration. As I continue to navigate the complexities of life, I do so with gratitude for the lessons learned, the love shared, and the spiritual foundation that continues to guide my journey. I found solace and companionship in the presence of animals during my early years. Living in a spacious house in Jodhpur Park, I had the privilege of sharing my home with a variety of pets. I fondly remember bathing ducklings in a large, red baby tub, their playful quacks echoing in the air. Rabbits also became part of our family, and I delighted in watching them hop around a house, especially when they gave birth to adorable bunnies. Birds of all kinds graced our home with their presence, filling the air with their songs and chirps. However, my heart yearned for a puppy or kitten to cuddle and call my own. Whenever I spotted one on the streets, I couldn't resist bringing them home and showering them with affection and care. Perhaps my deep affinity for animals stemmed from a longing for physical affection and closeness. My mother, although loving in her way, was reserved and strict, often prioritizing her academic pursuits over expressions of physical love. I found myself craving the warmth and tenderness that only a cuddle could provide. On one particular day, feeling neglected and overshadowed by my mother's academic books which seemed to hold a higher place in her heart than me, I harbored a mischievous thought. With my mother away at her university, I contemplated setting fire to her beloved books as a form of rebellion and a cry for attention. Fortunately, my craving for affectionate touch and companionship was fulfilled by three remarkable individuals who played pivotal roles in my early life. First and foremost was my father. Papa was the epitome of joy and playfulness. His return home from work was always a momentous occasion for me, even though I could only express my excitement silently at that tender age. The second person who filled my days with love and care was Hamida, a gentle giant of a woman who was appointed to take care of me. Her nurturing presence and loving demeanor were a source of comfort and security. My mother trusted her implicitly, and I formed a deep bond with her. I have heard that before my mother discovered Hamida, she had already bidden adieu to at least a dozen ladies who were appointed to take care of me. Saying goodbye to Hamida at the end of each day was always a heart-wrenching experience, and I often found myself longing for her comforting presence. The third pillar of love and support in my life was my eldest aunt. In the years to come, I would spend a significant amount of time with her, forming cherished memories that would shape my childhood and beyond. But more on that later. While I had a second aunt as well, she was hardly inclined towards any affection and communication with me. She had been present during my birth, alongside my eldest aunt, providing support to my father during that challenging time. As I reflect on these early relationships, I am filled with gratitude for the love, care, and affection that surrounded me during my formative years. Each person, each animal, and each experience played a unique role in shaping the person I am today. Their love and support provided me with the foundation upon which I would build my life, guiding me through the challenges and triumphs that lay ahead. As I delve deeper into the narrative of my life, I will be introducing each significant person with distinct epithets that encapsulate my feelings and experiences with them. My father, Mr. Rajiv Singh, who was not just a parent but also my confidant and playmate, will be referred to as my best friend MBF. His joyful presence, playful nature, and unwavering support made him more than just a father figure, he was truly my best friend. My mother, Dhar Singh, with her strict demeanor and intellectual aura, will be aptly termed Monster Mom MM. While her intentions were always rooted in love and a desire for my well-being, her strictness and duty-bound commitments often made her seem like a formidable force during my early years. She valued reason over and above emotions. The eldest of my aunts, who showered me with love, affection, and sweet words of encouragement, will be known as Sweet Talk St. Her gentle demeanor and nurturing presence made her a source of comfort and joy during my formative years. On the other hand, my second aunt, who often seemed distant and aloof, will be referred to as Artificial Intelligence AI. She was a physics teacher in one of the most esteemed schools in Kolkata, and a gold medalist from Yadavpur University, hence she had the attitude of intelligence personified. These epithets are not just labels but reflections of the unique dynamics and relationships that I shared with each of these individuals. They serve as a lens through which I will explore and narrate the experiences, memories, and lessons learned from each person's presence in my life. As I continue to unfold the chapters of my life, each epithet will offer insight into the complexities and nuances of these relationships, helping to paint a vivid picture of the people who shaped my early years and beyond. Through these stories, I hope to convey the depth of love, challenges, growth, and understanding that characterized my journey with each of these significant individuals. A father, Mr. Rajiv Singh, my best friend MBF. B. Mother, Dhar Singh, Monster Mom MM. C. Eldest and Sweet Talk ST. D. Second and Artificial Intelligence AI. Top of form. 3. My first school. Dipolarity of life. Embarking on the journey of formal education is a significant milestone in every child's life, and for my family, ensuring that I received a proper education was a matter of great concern. As the time approached for me to start school, there was a flurry of activity and planning to find the right institution that would nurture my young mind and set me on the path of learning and growth. It was Sweet Talk, ST, my eldest aunt, who came to the rescue in this regard. Living in the bustling area of Gariaha, she had connections with the coordinator of Kiji, a reputed preschool in our locality, named Ranjana Madam. With her assistance and influence, the process of securing my admission to Kiji became a smooth and hassle-free experience for my parents. Thus, began my journey to Kiji, a place that would become synonymous with joy, learning, and unforgettable memories. However, my first day at school was anything but smooth. Overwhelmed by the unfamiliar surroundings and the absence of my familiar home environment, I protested loudly, voicing my discontent through tears and wails. It was during this tumultuous moment that a beautiful lady with a jolly face intervened. Her presence exuded a confident reassurance that immediately calmed my nerves. Taking me gently into her lap, she comforted me with soothing words and gestures, helping me to settle down and adjust to my new surroundings. This kind-hearted lady soon became a beacon of warmth and comfort for me during my initial days at Kiji. As days turned into weeks, school began to transform from a place of apprehension to one of excitement and anticipation. I eagerly looked forward to meeting and playing with my newfound friends, Rishabite and Rashid. Together, we embarked on countless adventures, both inside and outside the classroom. Our trio was the naughty one, and teachers were careful so that none of us could run away here and there and cause some accidents by our hyperactivity. Our teachers played a pivotal role in making our learning experience enjoyable and enriching. They organized trips to various places of interest, introduced us to the world of sports, and even set up a makeshift swimming pool on the terrace of Kiji where we splashed and played during the scorching summer months. These experiences not only enriched our learning but also fostered camaraderie and a sense of belonging among us. Among the many teachers who left a lasting impression on me, Ms. Humi Ma'am holds a special place in my memory. She was responsible for teaching us arithmetic, a subject that I struggled with and didn't particularly enjoy. Despite my best efforts, I routinely failed in class, adding to my mother's frustration and concern. However, Ms. Humi Ma'am's patient and compassionate approach to teaching never wavered. She encouraged me to persevere, instilling in me a sense of resilience and determination to overcome challenges. As I reflect on my early days at Kiji, I am filled with gratitude for the opportunities, friendships, and lessons that shaped my formative years. The foundation laid during these early school days would prove invaluable in shaping my academic journey and personal growth in the years to come. My days at Kiji were not limited to just school hours. With both my parents often busy with their respective commitments, it was St. who became a constant presence in my life during these formative years. Living conveniently close to Kiji, I would often find myself at her house after school, especially when my mother was engrossed in her university lectures. On most days, it was MBF, my father, who took on the responsibility of picking me up from school and dropping me off, bridging the gap between school and home. It was during these afternoons spent with St. that our bond deepened and flourished. Her affectionate nature was in stark contrast to the strict demeanor of my mother. St. never scolded me, instead, she showered me with praise and pampered me with gifts and treats. Her home became a sanctuary of warmth and love, a stark contrast to the academic and disciplined environment that my mother sought to create. While I harbored feelings of discomfort and distance towards my mother due to her strictness and academic focus, my relationship with St. blossomed into a source of comfort and joy. Her constant affection and unconditional love made me feel valued and cherished, filling the void created by the lack of physical affection from my mother. My mother's preoccupation with my studies, manners, and the preaching of human values often felt like a burden to me. Her philosophical and research-oriented mindset always surrounded her with an air of seriousness that I found hard to connect with as a young child. In contrast, St's light-hearted approach to life and her focus on fun and enjoyment provided a welcome respite from the pressures of academic expectations and discipline. I remember feeling a sense of relief and excitement when my mother decided to leave me in St's care during her visits to the university. My time in Garriaha with St was a stark contrast to my usual routine. Instead of focusing on studies and manners, I was allowed to indulge in tasty treats like pizzas and pastas. The freedom to visit malls and cinema halls added to the allure of these visits. St's sociable nature meant that we often ventured out together, visiting relatives and exploring new places. Many of my fondest memories from this time involved watching movies with her. It was with St that I saw films like Dilwale and Nirja. The impact of Nirja's courageous character left a lasting impression on me. For a long time, I found myself inspired by Nirja's bravery and heroism, aspiring to emulate her courage and resilience. As I reflect on these early experiences, it becomes clear that St played a pivotal role during my formative years, filling the gaps left by my mother's hard rationalistic persona. Her influence not only provided me with a sense of love and belonging but also shaped my interests, aspirations, and values during these crucial years of my childhood. As I continued to grow and mature, the contrasting influences of my mother, Monster Mom, and Sweet Talk, St, became increasingly apparent to me. The dichotomy between them was stark, and as a child navigating these contrasting worlds, I often found myself caught in a whirlwind of confusion and uncertainty. Their differing ideologies and approaches to life created a tug-of-war within me, leaving me grappling with which path to follow. While Mm's focus on academics, manners, and the preaching of human values was unwavering, St's influence offered a refreshing contrast. St embodied a life of ease, enjoyment, and exploration. Her approach to life resonated with my instinctive desires and offered a sense of freedom and joy that I found irresistible as a young child. Every song I sang, every drawing I created, every jig I performed, and every sports event I participated in was met with enthusiastic applause and praise from St. Her unwavering support and encouragement fueled my confidence and allowed me to explore my interests without fear of judgment. In stark contrast, Mm's reactions were often tinged with criticism and scrutiny. Her killer glare and disapproving looks became a recurring theme, causing me to retract and second-guess myself. The disparity in their reactions to my actions and achievements further widened the rift between them in my eyes. As I began to recognize these differences and feel the weight of their contrasting influences, I found myself naturally gravitating towards the morals and principles of life that I imbibed from St. Her approach to life, which prioritized enjoyment, exploration, and acceptance, seemed to align more closely with my own instincts and desires. This growing alignment with St's worldview led to a sense of alienation and revolt towards The gap between us widened as I distanced myself from her strict academic focus and rigid expectations. The warmth, acceptance, and freedom I experienced with St became my refuge, and I began to drift away from Mm's sphere of influence. This period of growing up was marked by internal conflicts, soul-searching, and the formation of my own identity shaped by the contrasting influences of and St. While Mm's teachings and values were always present in the background, it was St's approach to life that resonated more deeply with me during these formative years. As I look back on this period of my life, I recognize the complexities and nuances of navigating these contrasting influences. The choices I made, the values I embraced, and the paths I chose were all shaped by this interplay between MM's academic